Alex here with a high conflict child custody video on high conflict X finds another target. And what I mean by that is they're distracted by the other target. At least this is the idea people have. And I do get questions about this. And it's one of those, what I like to call hope distractions. You're distracting yourself from the main purpose of high conflict child custody litigation, which is to go through the litigation process with this idea that maybe you won't have to litigate because hopefully your ex will find somebody else to distract themselves with a new boyfriend or a new husband or something like that. Typically, is what people hope for. And I call them hope distractions because there's a lot of them. And I think it's mostly why people decide not to go through the litigation process. They don't want to go through it. And so they come up with these ideas that make it so that they can justify not going through it. And usually it's stuff like, well, it doesn't matter in the end. It's going to cost too much to make it happen. It's going to take too long, stuff like that. And in this case, it's maybe my ex will find somebody else, and they'll be distracted with that other person, and they'll stop bothering me and stuff like that. I mean, there is some truth to this. In my child custody case with my ex, there were some times when there was less conflict than others, and it could have been because she was able to have conflict in other areas of her life. That's possible. She definitely did have a countless number of partners, and it's not like something I kept track of. I just recall at least three different times when she brought up boyfriends at teacher meetings, stuff like that. And that was weird, by the way. So, anyway, even the teacher thought that was weird. Anyway, just because there's less conflict doesn't necessarily mean it's because they're distracted. It could be that they're reacting to the pressure they're under with the court system, and there could be other causes that have nothing to do with anything like that. And even if the conflict goes down, it doesn't mean that it's going to go completely away. And even if it goes down, it doesn't mean that it won't come back. And I guess what I'm trying to say with those last few statements is there's no certainty there. You just can't build your strategy on protecting your child on the idea that hopefully they'll distract themselves with some other person, because even if that's true, you have to realize the child is still in their custody for that time. So maybe they're not annoying you as much, but the child is still seeing the conflict with their new partner, with their new boyfriend. And um, what happened in my case at the very end was I thought to myself, yeah, she's married this new person, but what if they divorce? What if they separate? I mean, how long is that going to last? There was the most recent question from one of my viewers was, you. He said to me, "You said, Alex, you said that you eliminated the conflict in the case of your ex went away. What if, a part of that was that she got a new husband?" I mean, I guess to a certain extent that could be a part of it, but um, no. I mean, I just knowing my ex, she could juggle, she could multitask one thing in her life, and that was conflict. Of all of the things she was good at multitasking in, it was conflict. So even if it was less, it was still there. When I would send communications, there would still be conflict. If I had a situation where, if you go back to even the school dispute in my case, she at that time I recall had some kind of significant other with her, and maybe that's why she didn't respond to me because she was distracted. But when push came to shove and I filed a motion, she still filed an opposition. She still went to court and got an attorney and fought it at a hearing. So even if your ex is distracted and maybe you're not seeing some signs of conflict that you're used to seeing, you're still going to see some conflict and there's still going to be litigation. I mean, I highly doubt somebody's ex, a high conflict ex, would say, I'm not going to fight this in court because I found this other person that I can bother now. I mean, when push comes to shove, and the hearing comes, that's a source of conflict, and they're going to go ahead and take that too. Why not? That's sort of the attitude that I think they have. So I guess for this video, the one thing that I would underline at the very end out of all of the things that I said is you really just don't know when it could come back. So even if you get what you want, and even if the conflict ends, you never know when it's going to come back. And in my particular situation, that's why I pushed so hard for the termination of parental rights. Some people told me, well, wait, what if you file this TPR and in response to the TPR, she suddenly comes back and starts fighting again? My thought process there was, she could come back and start fighting again even if I don't file the TPR. So if I file this and it triggers a response, I'm not going to feel like I screwed up, because I completely and fully believe that even if I didn't file it, she'd eventually come back anyway. In fact, she's been gone for so many years. People wonder, maybe if you didn't TPR your ex, she would have come back. My idea there is she probably would have. I think maybe she would, if she would have divorced the person or separated from the person, she probably would have said, you know what, I'm going to try this custody thing again. I have no conflict anywhere else, so I'm going to go back to this and create some more conflict over here. I'm not going to say 100% for sure she would have come back, but I feel like more likely than not, over 50% chance at least, that if she had just nothing else going on in her life, if her life was, not going well with the husband she married, more likely than not, I imagine she would have tried to reconnect. Maybe in her own mind, it wouldn't have been for the reasons that I articulated, because I do believe that it was less an overt thing for her and more something in her subconscious. But it doesn't matter. The effect is the same. She would have come back and the conflict would have resumed. So I hope that this video is useful for people. I know a lot of people think about this. All I can say really is, if you're enjoying a period of your life where there's less conflict than usual, because she's found somebody else or he's found somebody else, then that's great. Enjoy that. But don't bet on that just being what's going to happen, going forward forever. Things can change in their life and they can react differently when those things do change. Again, guys, I hope this video was useful. I know it's very relevant for this channel, and so I went ahead and put it together. If you have any questions, feel free to post them down in the comments below, and I will see you guys next time.